Hello, my happy readers! Welcome to Shed Time Stories with me, Issy. Are you ready to share a new story? Well, I have chosen a very heroic story to share. The title is Undi Moonglider. If you have this book at home, you can read along with me. The author, the person who has written this story, and the illustrator, the person who has drawn all the pictures, is Goddessy Dolls. Now, brave, bold, and beautiful are the Valkyries. They are superpowered girls, a little bit like goddesses, which is why young Scandinavian princess Undi Moonglider wants to be one when she grows up. But she has to prove her warrior spirit first. Shall we read and find out what happens? Ages ago, in the frosted lands of the north, a place where ancient heroes came forth, lived the princess of the Wolfings, Undi Moonglider. And getting her own Valkyrie wings was her biggest desire. The first step towards this goal came sooner than Undi guessed, because some unexpected news revealed a gutsy quest. For her father, King Woofer, had just received word from his brother, the Scalding King, of something most absurd. Across the sea in Zealand, the royal hall had been cursed by a creature who nightly had noisy outbursts. Once the sun set, began the bellowings of a troll, who could watch and dodge any guard on patrol. Undi's father, with the Scalding King's permission, entrusted Undi with her very first mission. Across the waves she would so bravely sail, to help the Scaldings untangle this strange tale. So before they could rethink or reconsider, Undi saddled up her magical horse, Moonglitter. Armed with hope and dreams of heroism, the duo set out for the Scalding Kingdom. Together they galloped across the frosting sea, bobbing with icebergs made of galactic candy. As the shore came into sight, Undi spied a label, an arrow pointing the way to the royal stable. There she tucked her sweet horse safely inside, and she brushed Moonglitter's mane, then gave her a hug goodbye. Undi knew Moonglitter would not become lonely. She was already making friends with the other sea ponies. Now trudging and plunging through moon-dusted snow sand, Undi made her way to the royal hall of Zealand, where the king and queen were waiting by the door to welcome Undi and explain this strangeness a bit more. We fear that this troublesome troll is a relative of the ghastly Grendel, giant and temperamental. That troll once made this great hall tremble. Although many years have since passed, we believe a similar curse has been cast. Undi, you are the one we have chosen to help us put an end to this commotion. Undi was beaming. She was ready for this moment to prove her courage and, as a Valkyrie, earn her bravery bestowment. She first began by inspecting the hall, but Undi found nothing suspicious at all. Thinking the troll must somehow be sneaking in, she went outside wearing a cape of the warmest sheepskin. From the turret, Undi surveyed the flat, pristine, powdery plains, but as the sun sank down and darkness cloaked the ground, a little snow mound was scuttling around. How odd is that? Undi reflected. Could this be the troll? I suspect it. Rappelling down the side of the tower, and then using all her willpower, Undi ran, then took a speedy jump and tackled that little snowy scuttling lump. Being unafraid, Undi proclaimed, "I've got you now, troll. There's nowhere to roll." "Excuse you," the little lump huffed. "I am not a troll," it said with a chuff. Then, with a shimmy and a shake, it cast off the coating of icy flakes, allowing Undi to gaze in complete wonder at the cutest creature hiding under the snow cover. It had a sturdy little body, like a furry powder puff, with a tiny button nose tucked into a charming face of fluff. But there, on its back, a shell was attached. Overall, it looked a bit teddy bear-like, even with a shell covered in rock crystal spikes. "I am a trolltle," the little imp blurbled. "That means I'm part troll and part turtle. But we don't have a troll's bad attitude. Instead, we trolltles have sweet, happy moods." "Well," Undi said, confused, "if that is true, why have you made such a hullabaloo?" Turned out the trolltle only wanted a safe place to stay, because as it squeaked, "Outside seems so scary at the end of the day." You see, since trolltles stay in eggs once we are born, our mummies tuck us into the sand to keep us warm. In this safe nest, we sleep and we grow until we are big enough to hatch on our own. Then we crawl back to the lagoon, to our underwater cave with our very own rooms. Of all the trolltle eggs in my birth batch, I was the very last one to hatch. With none of my siblings or their tracks to follow, I haven't been able to find my way back," it said with a wallow. "Maybe you could help me get home?" the trolltle asked, eyes now wide, big like saucer-sized domes. "By the way, my name is Ollie," he wanted to share. "Nice to meet you. I'm Undi. Now, let's prepare. Let us first return to the hall and let the king know there's no curse at all. Just one baby trolltle that had gotten lost and didn't want to be frozen by the Arctic frost. With his years of reign over this kingdom, the king will be able to share his wisdom. He shall give us directions to your lagoon. Then We can travel there tomorrow afternoon." The king did indeed know of this location, a mere pool that once had a scary reputation. "Beowulf, your kingsman and our kingdom's only prayer, was the one who discovered the troll's underwater lair. He saved the pond from those enemies, and now it is full of happy sea anemones. Head into the forest, and you will soon come upon water that glows the colours of dawn, and bordered by a mini waterfall of foam. This is the place where Trolltles call home." Undi and Ollie, who was as happy as could be, set off on their way to find his family. Through the woods they made their hike until they found water covered with spikes. Trolltle shells! Here were Ollie's siblings at home in their pond, happily swimming. Ollie thanked Undi and plunged into the pond. With his siblings by his side, he was back where he belonged. Undi smiled and was so happy for her friend that he was united with his family once again. Now that this mystery had been solved, the Skylding Kingdom would finally be calmed. So Undi retraced her tracks through the trees until she caught sight of the palace's gold gleam. Once in the hall, the court gathered round, with her aunt and uncle so very proud. As a gift for her courage and heroic mettle, they gave Undi a beautiful opal-studded saddle. Moonglitter, too, got a matching collar, strung with a gorgeous opal-dappled sand dollar. Immediately that night, Undi fell asleep, dreaming of her Valkyrie-style riding seat. She couldn't wait to go home and show her dad and tell him about the adventure she and Moonglitter had. What an exciting story that was! Undi Moonglider completed her first task with her magical horse, Moonglitter. But it wasn't anything scary that she found. It was a trolltle, half troll, half turtle. And I'm so glad that she managed to get him back home safely. In the back of this book, there is lots more information about the Valkyries and all about the words used in the story. I wonder if you were to be a Valkyrie, what name would you choose? And what would you call your magical horse? I hope you've enjoyed this Shed Time story, and if you want to, you can like, share, follow and subscribe to Shed Time Stories. Then you'll be ready for the next book we can share together. Bye-bye!